Okay, green to red. Now this is not a guitar video, but yeah, DCC, Denbighshire County Council. If you've been following, or if you've seen the earlier videos that I did, you will know that Denbighshire County Council are not on my Christmas card list. It's like, I'll just do the basics. What it is, it's to do with my brother. His council tax. My late brother died last year, November the 18th. When he became ill, he was in and out of hospital and blah blah blah. And then he died on November the 18th. And obviously, you know, when you got a terminal illness, you're seriously ill, you're in and out of hospital, the last thing on your mind is paying your council tax, isn't it? So he didn't pay, he missed, I don't know what payments he missed anyway. And then he passed away on, like I say, on the 18th, and I've been going up to his house, doing stuff with clearing this and that and whatever, collecting his mail. Anyway, a letter came through, Denbighshire County Council. You've missed a payment of whatever. Please pay by so-and-so, and they gave about 2 days to pay it. I could have just chucked that in the bin. It's nothing to do with me. What he pays, how he pays, when he pays. Absolutely, it's got nothing to do with me. I could have just ignored it, but I didn't. I immediately contacted them, went on the proper channels, got hold of them on the internet, you know, the email and what have you. And I explained everything to them. Explained he's passed away and what have you. And then about 3 days later, another letter comes. Because we asked for that payment and it's not been paid, you've got to pay the whole lot now. You've got to pay the full amount. You've lost your entitlement to pay monthly. I went back onto them, contacted them again and explained it again. And then it was, I think it was about a week later, this form came through. Council Tax Property Exemption Form. This form will help the council determine whether the property should be exempt from council tax. And they want me to fill it in. How many times do I have to tell them? It's my brother. He lives on his own. I've got nothing to do with his house. Nothing to do with his payments. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't know. They're a joke. They're an absolute joke. This exemption applies to any dwelling which has been left unoccupied by the liable person who has died. So they know he's dead. Oh yeah, and also up to the when I explained the day that he died, the 18th, they sent a council tax, a new council tax. Oh, from the 18th onwards, don't worry, there's no council tax to be paid. That's because he's dead. I tell you, they're an absolute disgrace, Denbighshire County Council. That's why they're not on my Christmas card list. Anyway, blah blah blah. Name of the deceased person and date of birth. Why do I have to tell them that? I've already told them. Is the dwelling currently occupied? I couldn't care less. If yes, who is the occupier? I couldn't care less. Has probate letters of administration been granted? No. If yes, please provide the date. If all furniture has been removed, please state date. What's it got to do with them? Who is the registered owner of the property? Well, that's Group Cynefin, formerly Tyclwyd. Then it's got, I understand the council may wish to check the information I have given. I will tell the council immediately about any changes in status of the property. It's got nothing to do with me. I tell you. Oh. If you didn't laugh, you'd cry. They're an absolute joke. Anyone giving false information could be prosecuted. Wow, look at that, I'm shaking. How many times do I have to say it's got nothing to do with me? But that letter, I did. I just ignored that, chucked it in the bin. And that was it. It actually all went quiet for a few months. Today, well no, actually I tell a lie, yesterday I had the very same letter, which was yesterday, which is Council Tax Property Exemption Form. On the address it's got executors, and it's my name and my address. I'm not an executor, which I'll tell you further. So yeah, anyway, I just thought, oh, they're a joke. Ignore it. Today came through another letter. Council tax charge. Denbighshire County Council. Total charged. Total paid. He used to pay. Never used to miss a payment. He was dying. He was terminally ill. In and out of hospital. He was so weak. He could not walk. What you've paid, less payments or something. Amount you have to pay, 41.42. Where is it? The amount of 41.42 is due immediately. Now, how many times do I have to tell them? Like I said earlier, if I'd have ignored the previous letter, not told them what was going on, well, they wouldn't know. That's fair enough. But I did not ignore them. I explained everything, and they still sent me a letter. So I phoned them up. I've had enough of them. So I phoned them up. I said, reference number, blah, blah, blah. I says, why have you sent me this letter demanding 41.42 when it's got nothing to do with me? He's just my brother. It's nothing to do with me at all. And I said, what he pays, how he pays, when he pays. It's nothing to do with me. Oh, you're down as the executor. I says, pardon? Oh, you're down as the executor. I says, I'm not an executor. I says, there was no will. So therefore, there's no executor. I said, yes, I arranged his funeral. I registered his death, which someone has to. But I'm not the executor. There's no will. Oh. And then they said, oh, what you have to do then, you have to email Revenues Department and tell them that there's no will. Or tell us that there's no will. Well, I says, well, I'm telling you now. Oh no, you're going to send this revenues and thing. And when I first started speaking to her, I says, and furthermore, this correspondence and that you've been sending has been very upsetting. Very upsetting and very distressing. Oh, I'm sorry about that. And I thought, what? They've actually apologised. I said, that's the first apology that I've had. What? She said, like that. What? From me? I mean, how they speak to you? I says, no, from Denbighshire County Council in general. The correspondence I've been getting. I said, they've been so insensitive. It's unbelievable. So anyway, I sent that off today. I told them, reference number, about my late brother. There's no will, no executor, and their correspondence and how they've dealt this has been very upsetting. So anyway, I tell you, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. Chalk and cheese compared to Group Cynefin, formerly Tyclwyd. They actually own the house. Now when he was ill, he was in that hospital, the Macmillan nurse got in touch with the housing officer, explained the situation with what I did with DCC, County Council. And the housing officer turned around and he said, don't worry. Don't worry at all. Don't worry about the rent. Don't worry, he said. And that was it. It was, when was it now? Beginning of the year now it was. You know, I'd been going up there and cleared a lot of the stuff from the house. And I had the keys. And the housing officer phoned me up and he said, I just want, you know, a word with you about something. But before I say anything, he says, I want to offer my sincere condolences. He says, I'm so sorry about your sad loss. He was very nice. Compared to Denbighshire County Council, where's our money? Where's our money? Tyclwyd or Group Cynefin, he was so nice. They're absolutely lovely people to deal with, because I used to go and pay his rent and stuff like that, going to the offices when you could go to an office then. But he was so nice. Firstly, he says, I want to offer my sincere condolences. I'm so sorry for your sad loss. And what he was phoning for, they wanted the keys. He says, you hadn't by any chance got the front door key? And I said, yes, I have. I think there was 3 of them. Oh, could we, you know, could we have them back? I says, yeah, no problem at all. I'll call down for them, he said. do you mind if I call down from that? I says, no. I said, I'll pop up to the offices. Oh, could you do that? Oh, that would be so nice. He'd be so grateful. He says, there is a letterbox just to the right of the door. And he was like that. He was really, really nice. You know, when you compare them to Denbighshire County Council, I tell you, they're an absolute disgrace. The way they handled it, absolute disgrace there. So anyway, I just thought I'd update you on that. Denbighshire County Council, they're an absolute joke.